The arrest of the Nigerian separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu has dealt a serious blow to his group and could even spell the end of his movement. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, a group that wants a breakaway state in southeast Nigeria, remains a court hero to his hundreds of thousands of followers. For more than a decade, his fiery radio broadcasts and social media posts were thorns in the side of the Nigerian government, but his transition to an armed struggle in 2020 was seen as a step too far. The armed wing of Ipob, the Eastern Security Network, has been accused of killing at least 60 people in recent moments, most of them police officers, although the group denies the allegation. Mr. Kanu's arrest on Sunday is seen as the final act by a government determined to quell the uprising. The images of his arrest, more than anything else, would have seriously undermined the confidence of even his staunchest supporters. It was not the first time the 53-year-old Jewish convert has been paraded in handcuffs, but unlike previous occasions, his customary defiance was missing. His days-old grey beard gave him a deviled look that not even his Fendi designer clothes could mask. Mr. Kanu was said to have turned the organization into a one-man show, alienating some of his most trusted followers, and so there is now a leadership vacuum. Money disputes and accusation that he didn't consult key stakeholders over the formation of the armed wing did not go down well with many, said BBC Igbo's Chigioze Wonu, who interviewed Mr. Kanu in 2019 while in exile. One of those who fell out with Mr. Kanu and left the organization last year was his former deputy, Uche Mefo, a respected member of the group who took over when the leader was previously incarcerated. Allegations of misappropriation of donated funds have also led to the exit of loyal supporters in the US and UK. Locally, the spine of movement is also gone, as battle-hardened members have been either killed or arrested by Nigerian security forces. Mr. Kanu was seen by many as a dangerous propagandist, but he was also considered as a lightning rod for the discontent many Igbos still feel about Nigeria decades after a 3-year civil war between 1967 and 1970. Many Igbos feel sidelined in Nigerian politics and there are cries of marginalization. Nigeria's third largest ethnic group, they are yet to produce a president since the 1960s and accuse the federal government of neglecting their region. These feelings have heightened since President Muhammad Buhari came into power in 2015, and his rhetoric has not helped. He recently referenced the civil war while vowing to crush IPOB, promoting Twitter to delete his tweet, and in the past said those who gave him 5% of votes, such as the Southeast, should not expect to be treated same as those that gave him 95%. Such comments helped propel Mr. Kanu, a largely obscure figure, despite his radio broadcasts, to fame. Any other president might have ignored him, but not Mr. President, a stoic former military general famous for suffering no indiscipline even from civilians when he ruled in the 1980s. Mr. Kanu was arrested in 2015 when he returned to Nigeria, but this only boosted his profile. The man had been dismissed as a rabble rouser by many Nigerians, even within his ethnic group, became the most talked about Igbo person. Those who knew him say it was the sort of attention he had been craving for, and once released on bail in 2017, he never looked back. He formed the Biafran Security Services (BSS), a mock militia that dressed in black and held parades in the eastern city of Abia, his home state. His diatribes increased, accusing the president of harboring plans to Islamize Nigeria and saying that President Buhari had been replaced by an impostor, Jubrim from Sudan. Mr. Buhari felt he had seen enough, and after a court proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization, the army went in, carrying out an attack on Mr. Kanu's home in September 2017. Many thought that was the end, but he reappeared in Europe in 2018 and the radio broadcast resumed. This time, latching on to Nigerians' farmer herders crisis to fan ethnic tension in the country. Last year, Mr. Kanu saw an opening in the #EndSARS protest against police brutality, but many believe this was actually the start of his downfall. As thugs hijacked the demonstrations across Nigeria, Mr. Kanu ordered his supporters to attack police stations. For someone that had openly been against an armed struggle in the early days of Ipob, it is hard to know what changed. Many suspect that the 2017 attack on his house and death of members influenced his decision to arm the group. In late 2020, he resurrected the BSS and rechristened it the Eastern Security Network (ESN). While BSS was a mock militia, ESN was closer to the real deal. Members dressed in black attire and red berets were trained in the southeast forest. There was a chain of command, and more importantly, they had AK-47 rifles, which had been stolen from the police stations. Between September 2020 and May 2021, there was a wave of attacks on police stations and other public facilities in the southeast, which authorities blamed on Ipob. In March, the army went in and began taking out ESN camps and commandants, turning the region on its head. For most people, especially young people sympathetic to the Ipob cause, the army operation was an eye-opener about what war looked like. Businesses were closed, curfew imposed, and people walked with their hands above their heads when they approached army checkpoints. At this point, sentiment started to turn against Ipob and his leader, and with his arrest, he joins other Igbo separatists who have lost again the Nigerian state. But he is unlikely to be the last until the root cause of the grievances felt by many living in the southeastern Nigeria are addressed. Well, a BBC, they are stating that these are sent. The arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has dealt a serious blow to his group and could even spell the end of his movement. But that's unlikely to happen because Biafrans, they are people who are determined. And the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu is not the first time he's been arrested. He was arrested before. That did not end the struggle. So in my opinion, I don't think that that might end their struggle. Well, but this is what BBC has just stated. Well, guys, let's hear your own thoughts regarding what BBC has just reported regarding Nnamdi Kanu's arrest. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.